Hey, sure. We're live? Hello, and thank you for turning into APHUG News. We're going to go over 3 topics today. The first one is state, second is nation, and third is nation-state. Now, you may have heard the first 2 before, state and nation, but the third one, nation-state, is a little bit tricky. We'll go over that later. But right now, let's go over state. And we're going to send it over to Jimmy in Canada with details about that.
Thanks, Perch. What a state is a politically organized territory that is administered by a sovereign government. And what the sovereign government basically is a government that can govern itself. And also, you can't be a state, if you're the only one that thinks you're a state. You have to be noticed by the international community. You can't just be a state here and then think that everybody else thinks you're a state, That'd be weird. And in other words, U.S. is the only one that calls a state a country. So when I say state, I'm actually saying a country. You get it? Got it. Examples of a state could be Canada, or the United States, So just to refresh you, the United States, is the only state that calls the other states countries, because it has states in itself, and that would be confusing. This has been Jimmy in the wonderful place of Canada. Get back to you, Perch.
Jimmy did a good job explaining that one. Now let's move from state to nation. And the definition for nation is a community of people who share a common language, culture, ethnicity, descent, or history. Now the man covering this one is going to be Arnold, and we're going to go find him in the Amazon. So stay tuned.
Oh, hello. Arnold here. I'm here to talk about nations. A nation is a group of people that share the same ethnicity, culture, religion, or history. An example of this could be the Kurds. A nation isn't limited to a region like a state. In fact, a nation can be in a state, but it won't be considered a nation state unless that nation is completely dominating in that state. Now let's send it back to Perch Perkins with more news. And don't worry, I'll be back soon.
So there you have it. Nation explained by Arnold. Now, so far we've covered state and nation. The only one we haven't covered is them both put together, which is a nation-state, basically. We're going to send it over to Michael in Denmark for more explanation.
Hey guys, Michael here. What a nation-state is an independent country dominated by a relatively homogeneous culture group. And you might not know what that is, but let me give you an example to further explain. Let's take Denmark, where I am. 90% of Denmark's population is ethnic Danes. And what a Dane basically is just someone who lives in Denmark, or someone who is from Denmark. So, that's like saying 9 out of 10 people in your classroom, if there's 10 people, are Danes. So, let's just give this a quick test. Let's just try right here. Hey.
Who, me?
Are you a Dane?
Yeah, I'm a Dane.
So there you have it. Practically 9 out of 10 people in Denmark are Danes. We can already tell from this one example. Well, let me just further explain what a nation-state is. What it basically is a state that has a nation in it, and that nation occupies most of the population of that state. So, for Denmark, it occupies 90%. So Denmark is a really, really close example to a perfect nation-state, but it's not quite there as it is. Let's give it back to Perch Perkins. This has been Michael Jackson. I'll see you later.
Well, there you have it. State, nation, and nation-state all explained in one news broadcast. If you didn't know any of these examples, or if you just didn't know the words in general, you should probably look it up in the textbook. But this has been APHUG News, and this is Perch Perkins, tuning out.